It is well past time for the 25th Amendment. Donald Trump is in cognitive and physical collapse right now. We are not just simply joking about some makeup splotched on his hands or the fact that Carolyn Levitt runs to cover up the cankles. No, this is not funny. This is deadly serious because Donald Trump's decline puts us all in danger. It's why he tweets out random tariffs at 2 a.m. after seeing a Canadian commercial that makes him upset. It's why we're on the verge of war. It's why we all feel so uneasy all the time. Our president is a madman, only getting crazier. And that was made very clear during the speech he could barely get through today and ended by just wandering out. And the internet is just as confused as I am. We're going to get into it all, but I want to start in one of the weirder, very clearly confused moments of the speech when Donald Trump interrupted himself to just speak to the crowd in a way that I don't even think he understands.
It's so crazy. You know, the mayor of New York, and he's a very nice person. I met him, but his ideology is not too good. But we're having a massive snowstorm right now. And I've heard that he's asked people to come out and help shovel the snow. Okay, so you get a shovel and you start shoveling, right? What the hell? You're not going to help too much, but you can help. And hello, darling, how are you? Noah, right behind you, look. My friend, right? Are you okay? Yes, you. Are you okay? Are you okay? Good. Good. Are your eyes okay? I gave her money to get her eyes fixed. A lot of money to get her eyes fixed. That doctor ripped me off, but that's okay.
The liberal account headquarters responded to this very weird diatribe from Trump by writing, "Is distraction a symptom of dementia?" Google responded, yes, increased distractibility is a common symptom of dementia, including Alzheimer's disease and vascular dementia. So first of all, I don't even know where the story about Zohran Mamdani asking people who want to help clear snow in New York to come and clear snow for, I believe it's $40 an hour. It's like, not bad. I don't know where that story was going. Was it an attack on Zohran trying to keep New York safe and get snow out of the streets? I don't know. But to just say, well, quite frankly, I paid for your eyes, and how are they, as the crowd sits silent, I don't know if it's an inside joke that Donald Trump's telling, but why was he just speaking to a random he's distractible, he's confused, he's out of it. The only thing he really wants to focus on is his own personal grievance. We saw that this morning with Donald Trump tweeting about tariffs, and the anger continued to bubble up right before he wandered out, just very confused, when he was talking about the 2020 election.
How I won, I got probably 85 million votes. They say 78 million, 79 million. They cheated in this election, too. It was just too big to rig. Too big to rig. But they cheated like hell. They can't win on policy. Men and women's sports. We have a new one, though. Voter ID. I think that's as crazy as they won't approve voter ID. They won't approve proof of citizenship. They won't approve no mail-in ballots, even though they know it's crooked as hell. Where the ballots are sent to, in many cases, Democrats. Republicans don't get theirs, and they're calling frantically to get their ballot. A Democrat will get 3, 4, 5, 6, and even 7 ballots. And then we're supposed to win. That's what they're good at. They're professional cheaters. But we wouldn't be here right now. I'm just thinking as we're going through it, because we've suffered through it together.
Does he just love making up numbers? Is that what this is about? Well, it was 86, but it was also 7, and we love 4 is a good number too. And how about some love for 3? 3 doesn't we love 3, and I also they stole the last one and this one, and we also won the stole. Quite frankly, that is like I think that is a pretty good encapsulation of what a Trump speech sounds like right now. Like, that's not even impression. I was actually just reading a transcript of what he said. Those are word for word. No, I'm joking. But you wouldn't know the difference at this point. And the media just treats it as, Trump talked about election security. That's what the New York Times headline is going to be. Trump talked about election security and the New York snowstorm during speech at White House. They don't cover it. They don't care. They don't even try to pretend like they think that his cognitive decline is as big of an issue as it is. It is the issue right now. If the president's brain is broken, 1, we should know because they're covering it up. And 2, I think that is a problem. And Donald Trump showed us as the internet was a little disturbed by him just walking out of the speech at the end, just wandering off. Journalist Aaron Rupar, who shared the clip, described it as Trump just wandering away. The liberal account Call to Activism shared the clip as well, saying, "A clip is going viral this morning of Donald Trump wandering away toward the end of his event at the White House. He clutches the podium for support and oddly walks towards a locked door as everyone awkwardly remains seated. Donald Trump is not well." The sound cuts out in that clip, but you can clearly tell that everyone is a little like, do we stand? Do we not? Like, what do we do? There has never been an event filled to the brim with Trump sycophants as this event was, like all of them are this morning, in which there is not thunderous applause for the dear leader at the end. Clap it up for Trump. Gotta love the dear leader. Oh, what a fantastic man. Give him a salute, play a song, throw some flowers. We gotta love Donald. And he just walks away. And everyone's like, He just gets up, goes, and just walks out. Just nothing. He is unwell. Let's be real about this. He is deeply unwell. And it's not just the fact that he's doing weird stuff like that. You can see it physically. Again, we saw people chiming in about his hands. Journalist Aaron Rupar, once again commenting on Trump's sickness, shared this photo of his hand looking nasty today, writing, "It doesn't get enough attention that there is clearly something seriously wrong with the president's health, and the White House is covering it up." The White House is covering it up. I think we have heard that refrain more than a couple of times, maybe once or twice, that the White House is covering up. Judge Eileen Cannon, by the way, decided that Jack Smith and all the evidence that he has against Trump, yet she wants to seal that and prevent it from coming out. So we get another cover up there. The Jack Smith files, we're covering those up. The Epstein files, we're covering those up. Trump's health files, we're covering those up. Remember the 3 months, I think it felt like, when we didn't know if it was a CAT scan or an MRI or Trump's brain was being examined or his heart, or they were doing a scan on his cankles, and he just kept like blurting out different medical procedures and scans, and Carolyn Levitt had to pretend like he wasn't a dementia patient, letting us get a look into how bad his health was. And it was just like, oh, the mainstream media is, the lamestream media is getting upset about this. There is something deeply wrong here. And if we are not hair on fire about it, we will get no answers. That will be the result. We will know nothing about how broken the president of the United States brain is, and they are just going to continue chucking along. Donald Trump is more deranged than ever. He is more disconnected from reality than ever. Republicans are trying to play along with it, but he is also going to be more erratic. And a man who wants a standing military across the United States that only serves him to make sure that people can't vote, and who would love a conflict to undertake, maybe before his State of the Union tomorrow, or just to carry out the rest of this term so maybe he can continue to consolidate power. That person being more erratic, I would say, is something that we need to worry about. Again, as Donald Trump, a man who has stated that he thinks the presidency is keeping him alive, seems quite worried about his health going into a midterms in which his polling only gets worse and worse and worse, historically worse, which is why I thought it was so important for Senator John Ossoff, running in the state that Donald Trump seems to love to attack the most, explaining why Donald Trump is attacking it, the racist reasons why, the political reasons why, as we now know, the health reasons why, and so much more in this clip right here.
Just consider that the sitting Attorney General of the United States and the sitting Director of the FBI refused to accept Trump's defeat in the 2020 election, an election Trump lost by 74 Electoral College votes and 7 million popular votes. That's the widest margin of defeat in the popular vote since John McCain's in 2008. And since now they're wielding state power to rewrite history, we have to remind everyone that Trump didn't just lose Georgia. He lost Arizona. He lost Michigan. He lost Nevada. He lost Pennsylvania. He lost Wisconsin. And then tried to cling to power. Do you remember? Tried to intimidate Georgia officials to find him more votes. Find him more votes. Ginned up a mob that tried to hang the vice president. And still today obsesses over his shame. So he sent them to Fulton County to seize your ballots on a pack of lies. Now, why Fulton? Why Fulton? Well, in part for the same reason this president posts videos that depict the Obamas as apes. See, that the power of black voters ejected him from office may outrage him as much as defeat itself. So he tries to delegitimize your exercise of power. And now, with elections approaching, his allies plot to suppress it. But how foolish of them, Pastor. How foolish of them to come to the cradle of the civil rights movement and the doorstep of John Lewis's congressional district to spread those lies and seize your ballots.
This is a deeply troubling moment for Democrats to not have our ducks in a row. To put it a little mildly, there needs to be a very public plan of how we are going to stop Donald Trump from sending ICE thugs to polling places, from declaring that ballots, if they are mailed in, do not count anymore, trying to purge voter rolls. The SAVE Act is a very, very scary example of the way that Donald Trump is trying to consolidate power. If you're wondering why Donald Trump wants you to have to bring your passport to vote, a passport that Marco Rubio could, whenever he wants, say is invalid, I think that's the explanation, maybe. But this is a very scary time for Democrats not to have leadership in line, and we need that. And we need to make clear what Donald Trump is after, that he knows that, and I hate to use this language, but it is true, stealing the midterms is the only way he's going to win them.